Most people think energy vampires are just a metaphor, a cutesy label for needy people or drama queens. But I want to tell you something that might make you uncomfortable. Energy vampires are real, and you feed them more than you think. This isn't about mythical creatures or psychic spook stories. It's about real patterns of energetic extraction that happen in everyday relationships, workplaces, and even spiritual circles. And once you start to recognize these patterns, you can never unsee them. Let's talk about what an energy vampire actually is, how they hook into your field, why they're not always malicious, and how you might be acting like one yourself. Hi, I'm Paul, and this is Tarot Logic, an analytical approach to intuitive reading. Let's get into it. What is an energy vampire, really? At its core, an energy vampire is a person or entity that siphons your emotional, mental, or psychic energy without reciprocal exchange. But here's the twist. They often don't know they're doing it. They're not villains, they're hungry, and you are the buffet. Some do it through constant complaining, some through guilt-tripping or passive aggression. Some just enter a room and leave you feeling foggy, depleted, or even ill. What you're experiencing is not just emotional labor. It's a biopsychic transfer of charge. Your nervous system reacts, your aura reacts, your subconscious reacts. When someone is unconsciously cut off from their own internal source of energy, what mystics might call spirit, will, or the solar plexus current, they start to leach energy from external sources. It's no different than a broken circuit drawing from the nearest live wire. And you might be that wire. Here's how it works. They provoke emotional response, especially sympathy, anxiety, or guilt. They subtly control the narrative to center their needs. They tangle your focus so your energy flows to them. They resist resolution because resolution would end the supply. This isn't always conscious. Many energy vampires truly believe they're the victim. But they're not looking for solutions. They're looking for a power source. Your conscious mind might say, "Oh, they just need a friend," but your body knows better. You'll feel a sudden pressure in your chest, unexplained fatigue after a short conversation, mental static, confusion, or dissociation, a strange guilt or obligation to keep helping them. That's not social awkwardness. That's a boundary breach on the energetic level. The solar plexus, the third eye, and sometimes the root chakra begin to react. You feel drained, foggy, reactive. It's not all in your head. It's in your field. Let me say something hard to hear. Energy vampires don't target just anyone. They feed on open-hearted people with poor boundaries. People who feel responsible for others' emotional state. People who were trained by trauma or by upbringing to be the healer, the helper, the peacekeeper. In tarot terms, they find queens of cups with no swords, knights of pentacles who won't say no, empresses who mother everyone but themselves. If you've been told your empathy is a gift, it is. But it's also a liability without sovereignty. Now let's go deeper, because this isn't just a personal problem. In spiritual communities, energy vampirism can masquerade as devotion, mentorship, or healing. Ever had a teacher who always needs praise? A healer who keeps you wounded so you'll return. A guide who uses shame to keep you compliant. That's not leadership. That's parasitism cloaked in enlightenment. They thrive on your belief that being drained is the price of initiation. That's a lie. True spiritual growth expands your energy, not siphons it. Time for shadow work. Because if we don't look inward, we're just projecting. Ask yourself, do I feel resentful when people don't support me emotionally? Do I often share pain without asking if someone has capacity to hear it? Do I manipulate people with silence, guilt, or oversharing? Do I feel energized after venting, but they look exhausted? We've all done this at some point. The difference is, do you become conscious of it? Awareness breaks the pattern. Ownership reroutes the energy. You don't need to walk around casting hexes and shielding every 5 minutes, but you do need a basic energetic hygiene practice. And that means noticing your state before and after interactions, closing the circuit when you feel depleted, using breath and visualization to reclaim scattered energy, saying no without explaining yourself, leaving conversations that don't feel good, yes, even mid-sentence. Boundaries are not cruelty. They are insulation for your sacred voltage. You can use the tarot to identify energy vampires, cards like the Devil, entanglement, addiction to your energy, 5 of Swords, a win-lose dynamic, 7 of Cups, illusions keeping you hooked, 4 of Pentacles, possessive attachment, Queen of Cups reversed, emotional leakage, martyrdom. Ask your tarot deck, where am I being drained? Who benefits from my exhaustion? What part of me believes I deserve to be emptied? Let the cards show you the energetic contracts you didn't know you signed. Energy vampires aren't monsters. They're just people disconnected from their source. But if you let them feed on you long enough, you become one too. It's not about blame, it's about voltage. Protect your charge, respect your field, and remember, you are not required to bleed to be loved. If this pulled back the curtain on something you've been feeling, drop a comment below and tell me, where in your life have you felt energetically used? And how are you reclaiming your charge? And if you want more breakdowns like this, where mysticism meets clear analysis, subscribe to Tarot Logic. Until next time, Magic Maker, read with clarity, read with structure, and always read with logic.